Good afternoon and welcome to a Democracy in Action update live from the NCC News studios at Syracuse University's Newhouse School. I'm Matt St. Jean.
And I'm Brooke Meanahan. We have a team of reporters working throughout Onondaga County, students from the Newhouse Broadcast, magazine, newspaper, and online journalism programs.
The marquee race of the day is the Mad Dash for the mayor's office here in Syracuse.
The winner will take over for Stephanie Miner, who has been in office for 8 years. 4 candidates are anxiously awaiting the results from today's vote. The Democratic candidate is Juanita Perez-Williams. Perez-Williams upset the Democrat Party endorsed candidate, longtime Syracuse politician Joe Nicoletti in the primary.
Our second candidate is Ben Walsh. Walsh is running as an independent. A New York politics legacy, Walsh's father Jim was a congressman and his grandfather William was mayor of Syracuse in the 60s.
Running for the Republican Party is longtime Lafayette School Superintendent Laura Levine, and running in his 3rd mayoral election is Green Party candidate Howie Hawkins.
In the most recent poll conducted by Spectrum News, Syracuse.com, and Siena College, Walsh leads Perez-Williams 36 to 34%, while Levine and Hawkins hold 7 and 5% of the vote, respectively. The margin for error in the poll is plus or minus 4.3 percentage points, so the race between Walsh and Perez-Williams is indeed very tight. The polls opened at 6 this morning, and voters have until 9 tonight to cast their ballots.
Let's check in with a member of the Democracy in Action team, Jose Cuevas. He is live at the Elmcrest Children's Center. He spoke with voters there and joins us live now to tell us more. Jose?
I'm standing here outside of the Elmcrest Children's Center, where voters are casting their ballot for the 2017 elections. This polling station represents 33 districts. Voters are coming in droves to make a difference and make their voices heard. One local teacher and mother of 2 says it's important to come and vote and not only express your views online or amongst friends.
You exercise your right to vote. You're actually showing that you care about what's happening to your community and what's going on. And actually voting affects you also. So if you exercise your right, you're showing that you care and you're concerned about what happens to you when you vote, not just about everybody else.
The polls here at Elmcrest close at 9, so be sure to come by as there's still plenty of time to cast your vote. Jose Cuevas, NCC News. Back to you in the studio.
There are other races going on besides the mayoral.
Let's take a look at what else is on the line.
Democrat Councilor at Large Helen Hudson is running unopposed for Syracuse Common Council president. Hudson is the current chairwoman on the Public Works Committee and is set to replace current council president Van Robinson.
The Common Council will welcome several new members next year. 4 candidates are competing to fill 2 vacancies as councilor at large.
Democrats Khalid Bey and Timothy Rudd, Republican Norm Snyder, and Green Party Frank Cetera. Bey currently represents the city's 4th district on the Common Council. He has held that position since 2012. Rudd graduated from SU and has a background in municipal finance. He worked in New York City during Mayor Michael Bloomberg's administration. This is Snyder's 4th time running for a city position. Cetera works for the Onondaga Small Business Development Center at Onondaga Community College.
In the council district races, Andrea Wandersee is on the Democratic ticket and Joseph Carney is on the Republican ticket for District 1. Carney is the only Republican on the council and is running for his 2nd term. Politics is a family business for Carney. His father previously held the same council seat that he now occupies. According to her website, Wandersee's main priorities include community safety and small business development.
Democrat Chad Ryan and Green Party Eric Graff are running in the council's 2nd district. Ryan is seeking a 3rd term. This is Graff's 1st run for public office. The 25-year-old works for the Syracuse School District as a homebound coordinator.
Democrat Susan Boyle is currently the representative in the council's 3rd district. She has served on the council for the past 2 years and is running unopposed.
Newcomers Democrat Latoya Allen and Green Party candidate Serena Seals are running in the council's 4th district. The 4th district covers most of the south side, downtown, and parts of the east side. Allen runs a mentoring program for young people called Precious Lily and Brotherhood Foundation and is currently the Democratic Committee's vice chair in the city's 18th ward. Seal has a connection to the 4th district. Her father, Thomas Seals, was a city police officer and former common councilor representing the 4th district from 2003 to 2011.
And unopposed Democrat Joe Driscoll is seeking the council's 5th district seat. It's his first run for office. Last year, he worked as an organizer for Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign. For Onondaga County Board of Election workers and volunteers, preparations for Election Day actually began months ago.
Democracy in Action's Zach Staten has an inside look at all the work that goes into getting ready for the big day.
Over the past months, the mayoral race in Syracuse has created a lot of noise. Voters say they understand the amount of work it's taken for the 4 candidates to get to Election Day.
There's so much prep that goes into it, getting your word out, getting your agenda out, getting your message out.
But perhaps the most critical noise in Election Day is what we don't see on the debate stage.
Over the last few months, we've been programming and testing all of our machines. We're getting our last-minute preparations ready for the big day.
As Election Day approaches, you've heard all of the candidates' names and seen where their platforms lie. But maybe what you haven't seen is the behind-the-scenes work it takes to make Election Day run so smoothly. Because for 179 polling places in all of Onondaga County, there's a warehouse full of election equipment, and it can't move itself. 240 electronic polls and hundreds of signs are loaded up into trucks and taken to polling places across Onondaga County. The work is not glamorous, going from 8 in the morning until 11 at night. On Election Day, many more workers must be up earlier to ensure machines are running properly.
They get there about 5 a.m. and they have everything set up and ready to go by 6.
Some voters are starting to take notice of their hard work.
I think the people here at the board are incredibly busy getting out the polls, making sure the absentee ballots get out on time, making sure they get back in time.
And while the election process ends for the candidates on Tuesday, the work is just beginning for the movers. Zach Staten, NCC News.
3 Democrats are up for re-election on the Syracuse School Board, but conservative Michael Hunter is a fresh face on the ballot. Derek Dorsey is the current president of the board, and Patricia Bodie serves as the vice president. David Cecil is also an incumbent. The incoming board will confront a number of ongoing issues in the school district, including the high school graduation rate and state funding.
We're glad you're watching us here on the DIA website, but we want to make sure you know about a feature that you might find useful. As you can see behind me, we are up on the website right now, and if you scroll down, you will find a map that you can kind of interact and play with. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. And if you click on one of these check marks here, I'm going to click on Pompey, and a story should come up. There we go. So we are covering the Pompey Hill Fire Department right now. And if you click on it, one of the stories that one of our reporters went out on will show up. And I'll show you guys another one just so you can see again. Go back to the home page. And again, I'm going to scroll down to the map, which is at the bottom of the articles. Make this bigger. Zoom in a little bit here. So these check marks are the areas that we will be at, all of our reporters, covering different stories. So I'm going to click on DeWitt, and as you see, this is the eastern suburbs, the Jewish Community Center. Someone is there and did a story on that. And again, an article should pop up. Back to you, Matt.
And that is the latest from our Democracy in Action team. Our next live studio update is at 6 p.m., but until then, you can find more election coverage on our website, dia-cny.syr.edu. A reminder, the polls are open until 9 p.m. I'm Matt St. Jean. Thanks for watching.